What is up, guys? It's your boy BTN, and we're back with some news. Breaking news. And I am analyzing your decoder of information. And as you know, I do what I do best, and that's bringing the facts. It's just breaking down the information at hand. And let's get into it. So, I'm going to break down the spelling words. My spelling words today will be generation, corporation, and education. So let's break that down. Let's start with generation. So generation is, take the gen, which is generation. Okay. What is a generation? A generation is a bunch of children or a bunch of people being born in a amount of time, in a specific time period, right? And let's break it down on a spiritual level. A generation, think about it. Generator. A generator generates power, energy. You know, whatever the machine does, it generates energy, right? So the spirit, the gen is represents, the gen actually, I'm gonna pull it up, I'm gonna put all this in the document. The gen is actually a people, a race, a clan, or a nation. That's what gen actually means. It means either a clan, a race, a nation, or a people. Now you have generation. Ration, which actually means the amount of food given in a short period, a shortage of time, or ration is like the amount of something given, right? The amount of food or the amount of books or whatever. It's a ration of a ratio. You know what I'm saying? It's a specific unit of measure of giving to people, right? So now you have generation. That's the amount of generated spirits that's being born into this physical reality. So we have generation, generator, genesis. You know what I'm saying? That's a generation. So now let's break it down. Corporation. The word is core. I actually consider it corpse because a corpse is like a corpse is a dead body, or it's a body in general. So you have corporation. Corp is a body. Ration is the amount of things. So put together, corporation is a business, right? It's a business, it's a module business of people that's thriving and being successful, you know, by doing business. A corporation is the amount of people in a body, right? The amount of things that's controlling that entity, that body. So now you have a business. Okay, now we have generation, corporation. Now we have education. Let's get into education. Education, let's break it down in simple terms, is to educate is to teach somebody something to do every day, something different, something innovative, something game changing. Which we know schools don't do that, you know. Now, let's go back to generation and let's see how this correlates. When everybody's born in this world, we go through a hospital, and through that hospital we get we get a certificate, and that certificate legalizes us to become citizens of America. It legalizes us to become state citizens, right? So now we become owned by the state. That's why they call it parenting. They call it parenting. A pair of adults that's renting a kid or a child. That's why it's called parenting. Parents, because you're renting your children. That's why it's called parent. Rent means when you rent something, you're just borrowing it. You're just paying it off for a specific time. You're paying when you pay the system or whatever. You're paying for your children to stay in your hands. That's why they say stuff like child support or something like that. Or they say if you that's why they have CPS and child protective services, because they know that in certain contracts when you're born that you are owned by the state. So by you being owned by the state, and the state having to provide for your people and your family, which is the generations, the spirits, right? By them having to provide for your people, by these corporations have to provide for these generations of people, that makes you basically a slave to the system, a legalized slave. That's how you break it down. You see, these words equate to legalized slavery, because you have to understand how words work. Because first you understand words it's a concept behind the word. And after the concept, it's power behind the concept. And after the power is given to the concept, then you have a reality given to the concept. So now you have manifestation. If I can tell you that this is a police officer, which is a police officer, which police actually meant policy. A policy is a law. So now the law of a policy turned into a police officer. Now you have a law enforcer of the policy. You know what I'm saying? So once you look at the etymology of the words, you start understanding how deep these words go and how they create our reality. Words hold power to create realities. If everybody disagree, if everybody say, you know what, I don't believe you're a fireman, because are you truly a fireman? Are you truly a fireman? Because a fireman is just really, if you look past the concept, the title, and you say, okay, this is a man wearing a fire suit, blowing out fire with water. I can do that. So how is he a fireman? He's just a man with a suit that's built to take on fire. I can do that. So how is he any more credible than me? Right? So by us giving those people that type of power, by us believing in a word and giving it power, we are manifesting a reality, somebody else's reality over our reality. And that's how we give birth to a society. Because society is born off of the words of the leader that creates the words. Right? And so once the leader creates the words, people start believing and manifesting in those words, and those words become the reality they live in. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say words are very powerful. If I created something, if I created my own little word called spiration, and I said and I made this word up, right? And I said, okay, spiration means the spirit that's born in the awakened area, or the awakened area of my area. So I said I had an area called the awakening, and they were born and all the spirations are born in that area of awakening. Those people that believe in my word, believe in my power, it becomes reality. So it goes word, power, then reality. First I tell you about my ideas, then I give birth to my ideas through the power, and then I help you build my ideas, which is called reality. And now you're living in my world. Now, how does that equate to today? It equates to today because that's how America was born. You guys, you have to understand, everything all started from the beginning of a word, and the word became reality. Like they said, when they say in the Bible, when God said, "Let there be light," and then it was light. You gotta ask yourself, what is light? What is light? What does light represent? Light represents illumination. It represents enlightenment. It represents awareness. It represents your own ideas and your own concepts, right? So the Creator in that Bible said, "Let there be light," and light exists. Now, what happened if somebody say on the outside? What happened if somebody say this? I don't believe in that Creator's light. I don't believe in that Creator's concepts and ideologies. I don't believe in that Creator's reality. You think that Creator reality is going to exist if that other person is on the outside looking in and say that doesn't exist? It's not going to exist. It can't exist. Because the reason why it can't exist is because the person on the outside looking in said, I don't believe in that reality. And it never exists. Now, it may exist in that Creator's reality, but the person, the observer that's watching this creation would say, I don't believe in it. And the moment we say I don't believe in it, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's all about the power of words, guys. Words create reality. If I can get 1,000 people to believe in the word I say, and I can get them to believe in the concept of my own stories and what I build around it, this is how the Bible is so powerful, right? Because if you can get somebody to believe in all of these parables, analogies, all of these stories, these cultural mixing stories, remix, astrologist based stories, just based off the cosmos and the universe. If I can get people to believe in that story and I can manipulate it to my own light, I can get you trapped in my light where you believe in my God, or you believe in my concepts, or you believe in my energy, believe in my reality. That's where we are today. And why is this important? And this is very important because we have a lot of generated spirits, a lot of generations, which is generations or generated spirits coming to this reality. We have a lot of people, a lot of spirits being born in the physical realm, and they're being educated the wrong way, or they're being indoctrinated, the wrong way on how reality is actually supposed to be. And we continue to push the narrative. We continue to say this: let there be light. And the moment we say let there be light, and we don't question whoever light we're using, we continue to say let there be light, let there be light, let there be light. But we don't question the man that's making this light. Who light is this? Who ideology is this? Who concept is this? Who thought process, who thoughts and imaginations and perspective is this? Is it our perspective or is it their perspective? You know, is it our way of seeing things or is it their way of seeing things? Is it our consciousness or is it their consciousness? And once you start questioning those things, you will have a free world, a true free generation of people, a true generation that's free to think of their own. A lot of times you have a lot of people in this world, a lot of kids that's growing up like me, that's part of this generation, this 2000 generation, they are afraid to go outside their box because they are afraid of stepping outside that light of the God that told them let there be light. They are afraid of stepping out that light because they are afraid of what it might uphold for them to be in their own light. They are afraid to step into their own imagination and perspective because they are so controlled by let there be light concept. Understand that. And this is spelling. I think I'm gonna call it spelling. I'm gonna call it spelling words, or whatever I want to call it, spelling word. I like it. And guys, if you like this video, make sure y'all hit that comment section. Make sure y'all do y'all thing. And it's your boy BTN, Break the News, and this is back in the video. I love you guys, and we gotta be out this motherfucker in a minute. Let's go.